Hello everyone, welcome to another Allié's Ospreys. I am of course Allié, this is my series and the class on screen now is what I'm going to be using in this gameplay. Everything's pretty important really apart from concussion grenades, which of course you can switch out for the portable radar. I've done the super radar video which explained how to use the radar in different ways, both aggressive and defensive, and it can be pretty important actually when you're going for a big kill streak like the Osprey gunner, because it is a 16-point streak. Once you've got hardline attached, makes it a little bit easier with hardline, that is, and my sort of middle range kill streak, as it were, the A86 Overwatch, is important for helping me get to that final point streak, the Osprey gunner, and in the very near future I'll be doing a comparison video with the A86 Overwatch and a few other kill streaks, so watch out for that. Now Dome, notoriously small map, close quarters combat and all that, and you may suggest or may think that an SMG may be best, but in the position I'm at the moment, which is probably one of the best positions on the map, in fact, because you have a nice range of line of sight across sort of basically the halfway point of the map, and it's also a very good place to put down your portable radar if you do have one while you're playing. But basically that section of the map where I was just standing allows you to look right across over to the little caved area, and if you're using an SMG that's actually quite a long way to shoot, and it's not the sort of distance you want to be shooting someone from using an SMG. So the Scar is probably my favourite gun in the game. I would say it's definitely one of my favourite guns in the game, and because it's an assault rifle it does really good at all ranges, maybe not so quite good at close range, compared to an SMG, but in the position I was standing in, using something like an assault rifle definitely helps for covering the forward direction here and off to my right towards the caved area, and making sure that you're paying attention, of course, to where your teammates are, because where your teammates are is pretty much the opposite position of where the enemies are going to be, which again, I'll be starting up a new series which is all going to be about the Modern Warfare 3 spawns, which I'll hopefully continue over to Black Ops 2 when that's launched as well, so look forward to that, giving you in-depth details into learning the spawns on each of the maps in Modern Warfare 3. So that should be really interesting, and at this point here, only about 2.5 minutes into the gameplay, I'm 1 point off the Osprey gunner. Luckily, I run around this corner here and the opponent is running as well. Technically you should never run around any corner, you should always sort of slowly run around the corner. If you can, have your sights up as well at the same time, and what I do here is actually position the care packages which are going to be dropped from the Osprey gunner over into the empty space near me, and it's important to note of course that that's where the Osprey gunner is going to drop down. So initially here you've got this time period where you can shoot at the enemies as your Osprey gunner lines up and prepares itself. Now a good thing to do is just to plop, the care packages right in the enemy spawns. I mentioned this before, but the other reason for that being good is that it actually will then lower itself and get your Osprey gunner really, really close to where the enemy is, because you may find yourself placing down care packages close to where you are. The Osprey gunner then comes onto the map, and if the enemies then shoot it down while it's close to you, you haven't actually got that time period for it to relaunch itself again, as it has done here, and actually basically take on the opponents as the Osprey gunner should be doing. Unfortunately, there's only 3 people left on the enemy team here. Everyone else has backed out. They've sort of given up in a way, and it's important to notice that in every building there is always going to be those little holes in the building where you can actually shoot into, and knowing where those holes are, knowing where those positions are where you can actually shoot into buildings is really important, because I think people often give up when they find all of the enemies in a position where they can't seem to shoot into. Basically every building will have some sort of position where you can shoot into, and even if it doesn't seem to be hitting them, if you just keep on bombarding them with shells, they're going to get bored, they're going to move around a little bit, and you're eventually going to be able to move them out of that position. And if you're playing with teammates as well, just order them to head into that building, make them drive the enemies out of that building, so your Osprey gunner can actually go to town and do some work. The Osprey gunner is really a bit of a tricky kill streak because it can get shot down so quickly, but at least it can call in those care packages as well, as long as you stay alive or keep the Osprey gunner in the air for as long as possible. And here my initial streak has ended. I'm going to cut out a few bits of the gameplay, just gets a little bit boring, and cut into the next streak I go on here. And this is basically where Hardline Pro comes into action again. I mention it all the time because it is so awesome, but it basically sets me up for my next kill streak because of all all the assists that group together to get me those kills. Now the kill won't actually appear on the kill counter on the scoreboard in the game, but it will add a point to or point streak in the bottom right corner, and hopefully the way that the point system works is actually continued over for Black Ops 2, because that's something I think has worked really well in Modern Warfare 3 specifically, as this sniper gets drop shotted in the foot there. Unfortunately I can't quite kill this guy. I thought I'd have him, but unfortunately I didn't. So the final score is 29-4, not a really impressive score, but with the Osprey gunner, that's what the series is all about. I'm going to be aiming for some sort of like live commentary Osprey gunner and sniper Osprey gunner as well. On screen you can check out some videos that were uploaded last week while I was away, so you may not have seen them all. There was actually Black Box Survival Mode, definitely check that out if you're a fan of my survival mode videos, and live Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer. There was also a Tetris video out yesterday, it was a bit of a laugh. Mixed reactions to that, but at the end of the day it wasn't anything to be taken too seriously. I just thought I'd do it because I could. So I really hope you've enjoyed episode 4 of Allier's Ospreys. Like the video if you've enjoyed it, I really appreciate it, and cheers for watching.